Welcome to Photography Quick Tips. I'm Paul Darvell, the founder of the Henley-on-Thames Photo Walks and the author of the 4-Hour Photographer, the comprehensive course that gives you everything you need to know to take great photos in just 4 hours. In this Photography Quick Tips we are looking at Aperture. If you haven't looked at the How a Camera Works Photography Quick Tips, strongly recommend you go back and take a look at that, and it will help out with this one too. So within your camera there's something called an aperture. An aperture is just a hole. It is the hole that the light passes through to get to the sensor on your camera. We can adjust the size of that hole, that aperture, on our camera. Apertures are measured in f-stops, and so the lower the f-stop number, the bigger the hole. The larger the f-stop number, the smaller the hole. Now, with f-stops and apertures, the lower the number, the lower the depth of field. Depth of field is the sharpness away from the focus area of the photograph. So for example, if you take a photograph where you are focusing in the middle of the image, if you've got a low f-stop number, what you'll find is that the outer edges of that photograph are becoming blurred. Whereas if you're using a high f-stop number, so a small aperture, you'll notice that it's sharper all the way through to the edges of the photograph. Now we use those for different situations and to achieve different effects in our photographs. For example, in portraits you might want to use a lower f-stop and a lower depth of field, and when you're doing landscape work you might want to use a higher depth of field so that you've got that sharpness all the way through to the edges. What I'll do now is put some examples on your screen so we can talk about this a bit more and hopefully it will make some sense. So as I just mentioned here, we are going to show some examples around apertures. So the first thing we're going to look at is this picture here. So I mentioned before, a low f-stop means a low depth of field. That means that apart from the area that's in focus, so if we look at this image here, the middle of the can is in focus with the outer edges very blurred. Whereas the high f-stop number and the high depth of field, as you can see, a lot more of the photograph is very sharp and not blurred. So quite a contrast there between the low f-stop, low depth of field, and the high f-stop, high depth of field. Now this is an area where people can get confused, so I've created this little table to hopefully explain it and simplify it for you. So a small f-stop number means it's a big hole, it's a big aperture. But a big f-stop number means it's a small aperture. If you've got a small f-stop, you've got small depth of field or low depth of field. If you've got a big f-stop number, you've got a big high depth of field. Hopefully that makes some sense and it's helped to explain aperture to you. Thanks for watching this Photography Quick Tips. I hope you've really enjoyed it, but why don't you tell me, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down just under the screen, just down there. Also, why not give me a review, put a comment on there, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. If you want to watch some of our other videos, there's plenty of other photography quick tips, lots of good information there for you to learn, so either check out our other videos or look at one of the playlists. Whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you'll get all of the updates on all of our new videos and new content as they come out. I do listen to the comments and feedback that I get, so if you want a particular item covered, then let me know, drop me a message, and we'll look to add that to the list of items that we cover in these photography quick tips. If you want to find out a bit more about me and my company, Henley-on-Thames Photo Walks, go to our website, which is hotphotowalks.com. That's hotphotowalks.com to find out more. Also, you can check out my book on Amazon, which is The 4-Hour Photographer. But until next time, I hope you enjoy your photography. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.